time. It's the most game-changing product in real estate today.
Advil liquid gels are faster and stronger than Tylenol rapid release gels. Also from Advil, Advil Targeted Relief, the only topical with 4 powerful pain-fighting ingredients that start working on contact and lasts up to 8 hours.
Wings and pizza here.
You mean pizza and wings?
16 boneless wings, 1 pizza, wings and pizza.
It's stuffed crust pizza. Pizza is the lead.
Wings and pizza.
Guys,
get a large stuffed crust pizza and 16 boneless wings starting at $19.99, only at Pizza Hut.
This is a keepsake frame. This is actually a photo from my wedding. I'm Adam Weiss, founder and CEO of Keepsake, the mobile app that makes it easy to have your photos printed, framed, and shipped to your doorstep. You just choose a photo that you love, you can preview it in over 100 frames, and in a couple of days, you're gonna receive your photo in a beautiful, handmade frame. So if you've got a special photo on your phone, install the free Keepsake app. We would love a chance to frame it for you.
Gary, used car shopping can't hurt you.
well, what if I overpay?
Come out and I'll show you a better way.
Well, show me, Carfox.
Knowing how a car's accident history impacts price means you don't have to overpay. No fear, just Fox. Say show me at Carfax.com.
PGA Tour Live on ESPN Plus. It's a full season, and it's all here on ESPN Plus. I just can't get enough.
You look back at all the experiences.
Kansas City Chiefs have won another Super Bowl.
Philadelphia dominated by the Buccaneers.
We all want to be the last team standing.
And the fans chant MVP.
This is why I came to Philly. The only thing that matters is winning games.
What a season, but it's not over yet.
Saquon Barkley's historic season continues. His 2,447 rushing yards combined in the regular season and playoffs are 30 shy of the most in NFL history. He's just the second player to have 400 rush yards, 5 rushing TDs in a single season. Here's Saquon on going to the Super Bowl. Congrats.
When you signed here in free agency, did you think this would be a possibility to go to the Super Bowl your first year as an Eagle?
Of course, that's why I came here. It's one of the first conversations I had with Howie. That's a conversation I had with my family. And like I said last week, came to Philly to be a part of games like this. And none better than a game where you can advance to the Super Bowl. So super excited about that.
Oh, Shannon Sharpe, I'm starting with you. What was the biggest difference maker in the game? Was it Saquon or was it those turnovers?
Look, I think the turnover is what made the game get out of hand. But when you can just toss the ball, and normally we expect passing plays to be these spectacular 60, 70, 80 yards. But if you look at his resume this season, he has like 6 or 7 of those that's gone 70 yards. This is a simple toss. It doesn't get any simpler than this. RCDO, you know this is, hey, toss the ball. When I put 18 toss or 16 toss or handoff, I'm not expecting the guy to hit his head on the goalpost. But he's a legitimate threat. There have been very few backs in the history of the game that's been a legitimate threat that when you hand him the ball, he has a chance to hit his head on the goalpost. Yes, the turnovers caused the game to get out of hand because the 4 turnovers led to 28 points. But it was Saquon that set the stage because the first play of the game, the first play he touched the ball, you hit it, it's like, oh, here we go. And I think at that point, I don't know outside of maybe a Washington diehard, actually thought the Commanders were going to win that game. It was Saquon. The turnovers, yes, caused the game to get out of hand, but it was that 2-6 that did the number.
3 people. Number 1, it was Saquon. Number 2, it was Jalen Hurts. And number 3 was A.J. Brown. Saquon literally changes the way that teams line up. Shane, you notice it's math. They only got 11. Yeah. And when they hit the first play of the game, goes 60 to the house, all of a sudden you're like, uh-oh, what do we do now? And so then it's, okay, we got to put more people down near the ball. And I got to give Jalen Hurts his credit because for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, there was question marks of, is he going to play well enough? Can he play well enough? And there were some questions, and I was probably as loud as anybody. And I did not think that he played exceptionally well versus the Los Angeles Rams. And so you get that, ask those questions like, can Jalen Hurts get it done? And because of the way that it looked at times, you're like, I don't know. You know, I don't have a ton of confidence. And then all of a sudden, late in the second quarter, they motion over A.J. Brown. And it's 4th and 5 in a relatively big game, or big part in the game. A.J. Brown, run the go route. Perfect throw. Okay, so now you got the big play to Saquon, and you got a big play to A.J. Brown one-on-one. And as a defense, you got to be like, well, what in God's green earth do we do now? And then you get down in the goal line, and it comes third and goal, and it's like, here's A.J. So you got to give those three guys. Now, but it's Saquon, but Jaylen being able to hurt you. When you go, all right, we're going to dare you to throw it one-on-one. When he hurts you, that's when this offense is the ultimate pick your poison offense. And to do it in the NFC title game, you got to tip your hat.
You're wrong. You said it was 3 people. It's not 3. It's 8. It's that offensive line. Don't forget them 5 brothers.
I like the fact that you're starting to, like...
Listen, you got a week 11. I'm looking at this. Week 11.
It's just growth for you.
The 3rd worst rushing defense in the National Football League this year, the Washington Commanders. Week 11 against the Eagles, they give up 228 yards rushing. Week 16 against the Eagles, they give up 211 yards. Yesterday, they gave up 229 with over 6 yards a carry. First play from scrimmage for the Eagles offense, Saquon Barkley takes it to the house. I mean, you basically setting the stage right there. Jalen Hurts did play well. Major props to him. Heard you on Get Up earlier this morning. You were absolutely right in terms of what you had to say about Jalen Hurts. Of course, A.J. Brown showed up. That's a beautiful thing. But Saquon Barkley, this is the difference maker. And let's be real. If the Philadelphia Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl championship, you got to see something from Saquon Barkley, something special, okay? And he ain't getting that with that offensive line. They got to show up. Them brothers, I mean, there's gaps as wide as Broadway on a Sunday morning. I mean, some of these holes that they create for Saquon and anybody else for that matter, they're that potent. And I'm looking at that and I'm saying, damn, that's what you're going to need, because think about what you say about Andy Reid. Think about what you say about Spagnuolo and those brothers. Okay, you know from a coaching standpoint who's going to be perceived as having the advantage. You're not going to look and depend on Sirianni. You're going to depend on Saquon, which means you're going to need that offensive line. Them brothers going to show up. That's what I saw yesterday afternoon. And Washington had the turnovers and all that stuff is a different animal. And you know, last point I want to say before I give it to you, RC, is this. This is what disgusted me about the Commanders yesterday. We got a rookie quarterback that showed up in the house. And he the one that wasn't making the mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, that interception that in there, they don't count. He didn't make the mistakes. It was the veterans around him that was making the mistakes. The rookie showed up. The others did it.
You got it.
Yeah, I was in therapy one day, and I was asked a question. And my therapist said, if you closed your eyes and thought about what happiness would be tomorrow morning, what would it be? And I answered the question. If you were Howie Roseman, and they asked you that when you signed Saquon Barkley, it would have been yesterday. Right? It would have been, we are explosive in the run game. On top of Saquon Barkley being explosive in the run game, we have the legs of Jalen Hurts. And when the Washington Commanders want to try to stop the run and they stack the box and they go one-on-one on A.J. Brown, one-on-one on Devontae Smith, on Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts can take advantage of it. That was the vision for Howie Roseman when he signed Saquon Barkley. Now, there is no way that Howie Roseman dreamed this big. There's no way you thought that Saquon Barkley would have an historic season stepping into the Philadelphia Eagles, but he has. But I'm not going to talk about this game and not speak about this defense. And here's why. With all the defense had done, with all that Saquon Barkley had done,